Hello everybody. So unfortunately, one of my lemons molded. So I got into a little panic attack that my entire process of making tea is gonna go kaput. So what I did was I put them all in the oven. So right now there's only lemons, and I slightly put it open because I want airflow to go inside and to let the moisture to let the evaporation of the water come out. So my lemons don't cook, they just dry. So my lemons are there. It doesn't look really clean through this glass thingy. However, look at the apple. The apple was not molded, all of them. In fact, they were nice. However, because it was gonna take too long and I got scared if they're gonna mold, because I put them between two tissue and I kind of made sure they compacted. So it didn't work that way. Unfortunately, in my apartment, it's too moist. It's too wet, thanks to Ireland. So I didn't want everything to go moldy, so I ended up putting them in the oven, which I didn't want to do because I wanted to save cost in order to make this tea. However, because I didn't have the choice, I would have molded all of my lemons before making any tea. I ended up drying them in the oven anyway, which is not bad for my first time, but I was hoping I could air dry this. However, it smells so good. I'm not joking. The apples smell like lemony, but tangy. I don't know how to describe it, but whatever it is, it smells delicious. And I crushed them with this thingy that I crushed my eggs before. So I need to wait a little longer for my lemons to completely dry, and then I'll show the entire thing. Alright, so this is how some of the lemons look like. I accidentally, purposely, burnt one of them, halfway exactly, and I put the rest inside. I'm kind of waiting for them to dry. I wasn't aware that the temperature I put was gonna kind of burn these, which is not right of me, but this is how they look like. They're still wet in the middle and outside are burned. And I remember I put them on 110, which was, I think, too much. I should have put it on lower temperature. But hey, now I know that I wouldn't put it on 110. I will put it definitely on lower. So I may just let them cool and still put them in the tea, because why not, and get rid of the burned part. But this is the parts of the lemon that dried already. These were the ones that I put 3 days ago to dry, and I'm just gonna add this to my tea and then try it, and then I'll make a video of how it went. Alright, so I just boiled some water. This is the stuff that kind of got roasted, but I'm still gonna use it in the tea. And this is, hold on, get away. This is I can't show it that way. This is tea. I'm gonna make it, see how it tastes. Woohoo! Excited. A tablespoon. So this is how much I'm putting. Basically a lot. So I put that there, and I'm gonna put one of these lemons. It's not stiff fruit, it's a bit sticky, but I can already eat it now. So I'm gonna put 2 of these here, because these are the fresh ones. The rest can still be contaminated, I mean dried further later. So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm gonna add the water. Yoo-hoo! Perfect. Alright, that's a lot. I'm excited. Okay, now let me fix the camera. It's gonna go Alright, now I'm gonna keep this up for the tea to do its thing. Okay, so it's time to pour. Alright, so it looks like a yellow tea. Yeah. It is very light looking. I feel like it's gonna taste just like lemon and not much like apple. Alright, I will wait for this to cool a little bit so I can try it.
بفرستی برای شهربانو.
Yeah, اینو باید بفرستم برای شهربانو. I had a tea from Iran. A relative of mine made dry tea out of the fruit she had from her garden and from her area in North Iran, from Babol city. So she gave me a small packet of the dry tea she made, and it was so delicious. And hers had a pink color. She put different ingredients. She put oranges and some fruits that I don't have here, and certain veggies I think she put in it as well that I still don't have here. So it's not gonna taste as good as the one she made, but I still tried with what I had, and I know it's gonna taste like lemon because I can tell from the color that it's strong, and let's hope it's nice, that it's refreshing. It tastes splendid because I never made dry tea like this at home. This is my first time, and to be honest, I'm kind of happy. I did make a few mistakes, but hopefully I will try making with different stuff and see if I can make it into a bigger scale and give it to my relatives to try as well and see what they think of it. So I think it's slightly cooled off. Ooh, it has a tangy taste. I don't know. It tastes like cooked lemon. It does, because I put it in the oven, obviously. It tastes very mild. I kind of burned my tongue. I can't tell the rest. So I'm gonna wait more longer, see how it goes. I don't know why I'm excited. First time making tea. It was a nice process, I won't lie. I didn't have to do much. Some of the tea that I put new, they were more watery, so I'm glad I made it now. If I waited for longer, they might have molted. However, the rest, they've been set up for like 3 days along with the apples I made. So those did their job really good in the oven. They were brittle enough and crispy enough for me to make them a dry tea or crush them. The lemons that were more new, they were slightly like stretchy, which weren't ready fully yet. Some of the parts that I cut from the lemon, like the ends at the and the front of it, those parts were okay because they didn't have much water. They didn't have the inside part of the lemons. They dried faster, and I put those in here as well, which may be why this is more yellow and more lemony. I was thinking of making different combinations of tea and instead of throwing the peels out. So I could compose the rest of the tea I made today back in my compost thingy, which I continuously kept adding into it. I added more coffee and I added some pieces of onions to the compost I had, and I'm gonna add this tea and hopefully more cardboards on top of it to prevent the smell and keep it not too moist, because already outside is very moist. And my tea making process, I don't think I'm gonna keep doing it for longer because I don't have the equipment for a stable tea making place. I would need a drawer to put these things inside so you can dry that thing while I'm doing my other stuff. Having it on my table and let it air dry is not the best option I have. I'm still gonna try with the oranges, but they're not gonna be as good, I'm guessing. However, those oranges are gonna go bad anyway. And these are gonna be the next tea that I'll make. I'll make an orange tea. And if it doesn't work, I must probably save up for a desiccator or a dry machine for this stuff instead of using the oven. What I wanted to do is I collected some plastics, which I don't know if you can, no, you can't see. I need to raise this. So beside the recycling ones, there's this Boots bag that is the plastics I've collected. So those plastics, I collected them because I wanted to make products out of them. However, I haven't come up with the ideas yet. I'm just collecting so far. I know that I can use some of the tubs for organizer. However, there are some soft plastics that I don't know what to do, and there are certain plastics inside of that aren't recyclable. My goal is to come up with stuff that I can do in order to not throw this away and make them into useful stuff, because I think they can still be usable. Now, I will be planning this later in the videos that I'm gonna make, and hopefully start making this a whole journey. And after my Living Cert, because I'm currently doing my Living Cert, I will continue this further on. And so far, because I do have exams and I do need to focus on school, if possible, I'll make a video on how I'm doing in my Living Cert as well, between like studying and working on this recycling idea that I had. So thank you everybody for watching. I wish you the best and see you in the next video.